Hey everyone, a question for you all today. Where should you buy your iPhone? Where should you buy your Apple products? This is something I've been thinking about after a visit to the Apple store yesterday. So to bring you up to speed, like many of you, I wanted to buy my iPhone 15 Pro Max directly from Apple, but it was sold out and they were saying 2 to 3 months for delivery. So I bought it from a UK store called Box, who delivered it on launch day. No complaints there, but a few days after I got the phone, I noticed some minor scratches on the display. And I spoke to Apple and they said visit the Apple store and speak to one of their geniuses. And the advisor looked at it yesterday. They said it looks like a manufacturer defect. They said send it back to Box. And I spoke to Box and they said take some pictures of the damage, package it up, send it back to us. So they're being pretty good. But it is going to be about a week for me to get a refund or a replacement. Now, one of the things that the advisor said yesterday has stuck in my mind because they said, had you bought from Apple, we could have given you a new phone right there, right then. No waiting about, give us your old phone, here's your new phone. Now, I know there's a lot of Apple users screaming at the screen right now thinking, okay, that's obvious, but when there was a shortage, that wasn't on my mind. I just wanted to buy the phone. I didn't want to wait 2 or 3 months. I bought 2 or 3 iPhones from Apple directly before. I bought an iPad, an iMac and some other things from Apple. So I do realise there are some benefits from buying from Apple. But when you're trying to get the latest phone, it kind of slips your mind. But it does make you think, where should you buy your iPhone? Where should you buy your iPad, your iMac, your MacBook? Should you go to Apple directly every time to get that extra level of service, to get the option of just swapping your device and getting a new one if there's an issue? Is that the best way, especially if you live close to an Apple store? Like I'm 2 miles away from one. Or should you go to somewhere that has the best price? Box was £20 cheaper for this iPhone than Apple. There was a little discount code there. Should you always go to where it's cheapest? Or should you go and try and find an extended warranty? So here in the UK, for example, the iPhone has a 1-year limited warranty, but John Lewis, for example, gives you a 2-year warranty. That's pretty good. And I guess that's the exception. I think in most situations, it does seem to be beneficial to order from Apple directly in order to get that extra level of care when it comes to resolving issues like this, which you don't want to arise, but they do happen. But with companies like John Lewis, there is a lot to be said about getting that extended warranty, doubling your warranty. You've got an extra year that you don't have to pay to Apple for coverage. So there's a lot of ways to look at it. I think this year in particular, I wish I just bought this from Apple directly. I think, had I known that could have arose, I definitely would have just bought from them. And I think it's pretty cool that you can just walk into an Apple store and they'll ask if everything's backed up and they'll just give you a new device. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, guys. Where do you buy your Apple products? Where do you buy your MacBook, your iPad, your iPhone? Do you always go to Apple? Do you shop around for the best price? Or do you try and get an extended warranty? Because Apple's warranties, in my opinion, just aren't long enough. They should be 2 years for their phones at least. Thanks for watching, guys. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. And until next time, take care.